Yeah, okay.
Oh my God! Well. Here we go again. Star Citizen just launched their 3.21.1 patch to the test server, and it is way bigger than anyone expected. Let's jump in. Number 1, the Argo SRV is now in the game. One of the coolest ships I think ever concepted. It's a towing ship with full towing capabilities is now in. It seems like any ship aside from the A90 Jump was towable. I think the question I'm asking is, how is this going to affect missions like Wake of Disaster now that you can just show up and tow the ship away? Or why would you pick a Gemini to refuel when you could just tow the ship instead? I think these are awesome additions to the game, but we're going to have to see how they work with everything else. Number 2, tractor beams just got a huge upgrade, now being on ships like the Cutlass Black, Hull C, Vulture, C1, Nomad, 325P, 315P, Caterpillar, and I'm sure other ships I'm missing. The main purpose of these is unloading and loading cargo, whether that's vehicles or boxes, whatever, which you're still gonna probably need a second person for most of these ships. But the experience just got way better with this, almost like a Sea of Thieves style loading gameplay. Aside from boxes, you can also use these for small vehicles, including the Dragonfly, Cyclone, Fury, Merlin, and unfortunately not the Tonk. It's too heavy. Handheld tractor beams are making their way in the same field as the Cutlass tractor beam, just much less powerful. You can use them to move ground vehicles slowly, and even in space you can move small ships like this. I guess the question is, can we move it? I think the answer is yes, but let's see. Oh yeah. It's heavy, it's chunky. Personally, I see both of these changing how Star Citizen is played forever, kind of like how we got our first multi-tool tractor beam in 3.12. Number 3, new missions, including a data heist mission that sends you to an underground bunker to steal and then destroy the data on those servers. Also, new Babbage is getting the new player experience. If you haven't played it yet, it's on ArcCorp, and it basically brings someone from the starter area all the way up to the station above the planet. It's a nice little mission, and I really hope that CIG expands these so players don't have to, well, watch a tutorial on YouTube before they can play the game. Number 4, speaking of new missions, the FPS AI have gotten, quote, the updated behavior from Squadron 42 AI. And, well, is this the new Squadron 42 AI? Yo, what the Oh my... While the response time isn't amazing, it's hard to describe other than they seem a bit more focused. I will say this was on 10 FPS servers. Personally, I've not seen a lot of correlation between the server FPS and better performing AI, but maybe with the new tech and high server FPS, we'll get some really challenging AI. Kind of like how this Pyro mission is.
Good shooting,
Oh,
Tex.
there's bodies flying.
Dude, I just got
Guys,
force
you are
reacted.
literally shooting me.
Oh. Are they throwing grenades?
It's just these
What
things.
just
Yeah,
happened?
they're grenades now.
They're throwing grenades! Number 5, Siege of Orison is making a comeback with some big-ish changes. It mainly looks to combat 2 types of people. 1, people who were speedrunning the event, which usually finished before people even showed up to Orison. And 2, people joining the Ninetales side and shooting friendly players. First, the mission is going to have a 30-minute heads up before it starts. Before, you would only get alerted when it started, so people were already there and plowing through the mission. Along with that, the elevator for the event will only turn on when the event starts. Next, the shuttle from one island to the next to advance in the mission needs a code obtained by killing the island's respective boss. So there's no running past and skipping them all the way to the end anymore. The next change is the final boss will only be accessible if all the other bosses are defeated. They also made it if you're using the mission ships, you can't take them outside the mission area anymore. If you do, your self-destruct is going to start. If you fly back in before you blow up, you'll be fine, but this is to prevent people probably from using mission ships to go outside and inside before the mission starts. And lastly, and this is probably the biggest change, check this out. If a player commits a crime or attacks another player on the mission, they will get a marker placed on them and players that are still on the good guy side will be allowed to kill them. With this, they'll see an objective to do with Ninetales sympathizers and how many have been killed. In my opinion, this is a win-win, because if you want to sympathize or side with Ninetales, you can. And if you want to take those traitors down without being punished, well, you can also do that. I think Siege of Orison is one of Star Citizen's best missions that doesn't really feel like a dynamic event, since it kind of has a set ending and start. But maybe with these changes, that will help a bit. Number 6, the 2953 IAE Expo is almost here, and personally, I am digging this year's colors. I think we may even get a surprise showing from Jax McCleary, since we kinda got Pyro this year, and that's where he disappeared, right? Keep in mind, during the IAE, it's one of the best times to buy or melt or change out your ships, because you do get 10-year insurance. Personally, I'm a big fan of buying your ships in-game, but if you're going to buy them with real money, you might as well get the best insurance you can. And I'm pretty sure CIG is hinting at a new straight-to-flyable or drivable vehicle. Let me know in the comments what you think this is. That being said, you can play the entire event for free from November 17th to 30th. So if you have a buddy you're trying to rope into the game, or you want to play Star Citizen for the first time, this wouldn't be a bad time. And number 7, last but not least, ship trespassing is now in, and it works impressively well. How it works is if you enter or sneak onto a ship that is not yours without being in the owner's party, the owner will now have permission to use deadly force to take you down, and they will not get a crime stat for doing it. Along with this, if let's say you land a Pisces on an A90 jump without permission, everyone on the Pisces will be trespassing even before they step off. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I personally am so excited for 321.1. I think it's going to be a great patch. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Berks, signing off.